Good morning. I'm all excited to tell you about this new mall that they're opening in Washington, D.C. I've got to sit down for this before I talk about it. They're opening a new mall, and it's going to have a Victoria's Secret, only Bill Clinton is going to rename Victoria's Secret and call it Lewinsky's. And of course, Donald Trump is going to rename the Victoria's Secret for younger ladies and call it Stormy's. And there's a money laundering mat there called Pelosi's. And there's a deception training center there called Hillary's. And you know how we have St. Anthony's Hospital for Children here? Well, there's going to be a hospital that euthanizes healthy children called St. Casey Anthony's. And then there's going to be a male enhancement center called Peroni's. And there's going to be a sexual harassment training center called Cosby's. And there's an anger management center there too called McEnroe's. And there's a medical clinic there called Cushing's. And there's a psychiatric clinic there called Alzheimer's. And of course, if you want to surrender, there's a store that sells white flags there called Biden's. And there's also a nuclear missile shop there called Putin's. There's a weight loss center there called Rosie O'Donnell's. And there's also a line of children's storybooks in the store called Eddie Murphy's. And not only that, they're also building an airplane factory next door called Bin Laden's. And then there's a fertilizer store there called McVeigh's. There's a knife shop there called Lorena's. And there's even a store that sells excuses called Rubio's. And of course, there's a glove store called Freddy Krueger's. And there's a children's nutrition center there called Hershey's. And they even have a place for you to package everything in a box store called Pandora's. There's a doll set series in stores a few years ago called Melanie's Mall. But I don't think that they're going to be calling this mall Melanie's. They're probably going to give it a much nicer sounding name like Jezebel's. And come to think about it, they're not even calling it Jezebel's. They're going to call it a nicer sounding name like Lucifer's. That's such a nice sounding name, I'm going to say it again. Lucifer's.